If you're a business owner, CEO, or leader, you're probably wondering, how the heck am I going to get everything done? You mean I have to grow my team, do my job, and continue to have ideas and bring value to the table? Well, if you struggle with this, you are not alone. Leaders around the world and organizations struggle with managing their time like a pro. My name is Natalina Nastri, and I'm the CEO and founder of Rise Up For You. And my team and I are actively working with CEOs and leaders around the world on a daily basis to help them build high-performance teams and build the human skills that are needed to truly thrive. Now, one of the biggest challenges that we see with leaders and business owners is just wearing multiple hats. How do I grow my business? How do I absolutely deliver and crush in my job role, and at the same time, create a plan where I am growing the next generation of leaders? It's not easy. Well, I recently did a video on the top 3 things that were needed for great leaders, and one of them was managing your time like a pro. And I got a ton of feedback about, can you just do a video simply on that? So today's video is all about various strategies that are gonna help you figure out how to do it all and to build what I call a life system. So just like we have a sales strategy, just like we have systems for marketing, just like we have systems for growing our company, we also need a personal system so that we can juggle and manage it all. And I'm not just talking about managing it all in the workplace. I'm also talking about managing your personal life, such as taking care of your health, spending time with your family, having time to recoup. You see, leaders are people, and I always say that the person is the professional and the professional is the person. So let's jump in. Let's talk about some various strategies that are going to help you be successful in your job, as well as leading your team and taking care of yourself. How do we have it all, and how do we make it all happen? Step number 1 is avoiding decision fatigue. That's right, avoiding decision fatigue. I'm sure you've heard of this word multiple times. It's when you have to make so many decisions that your energy and your mind, you just don't have the capacity to do it all. So when you're working on a day-to-day basis, there's a ton of decisions that you have to make for the company, for the team, for your own work and your own livelihood. But how do we minimize that? Well, the greatest way to do that is to avoid some of the decisions that you need to make and doing them at times that make the most sense for you. Prime example, setting yourself up for success the night before. Think about how many decisions you make in the morning that have nothing to do with work, and maybe there are minor decisions that you can make on autopilot. For example, figuring out what you're going to eat today, deciding what clothes you're going to wear, trying to figure out, how you're going to work out, or when you're going to spend time with family. Now imagine you can take those very same decisions, and instead of making those decisions in the morning when your brain is fresh from waking up, you do them in the evening the night before when your brain is already tired. Even before you go to bed, just taking 5 minutes to decide, what am I going to wear tomorrow? What am I going to have for lunch and dinner tomorrow? And when am I going to work out, if that's important for you, can help minimize decision fatigue the following day. A challenge that we see with leaders is that there's so much happening for them. There's so many decisions that they need to make that they don't have the capacity to listen to their team and to coach and model. So imagine if we can put a system in place the night before that's just going to minimize that decision fatigue even by 10 or 15%. Strategy number 2, which is my favorite strategy, creating a system and a plan for the entire week the week before. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but let me break it down for you. I like to choose every Saturday or Sunday, or maybe even Friday at the end of the work week, where I can then look at my week that's coming up. And now I plan all my time ahead of time, and I plan it by the hour. So I'll take a look at my calendar and I'll say, okay, next week, these are the fixed appointments. Fixed appointments meaning that it's already on the calendar. Maybe it's a meeting with clients, maybe it's your executive meeting, whatever it is, it can't be removed. First thing I do is fill in the fixed time for the following week, okay? Every Monday at 9 a.m., my team and I, we have a meeting. That's a fixed calendar invite. Okay. Then I go through and I look to see, am I coaching and am I mentoring my team? Do I have that on the calendar? If not, I'll put in coaching and mentorship right away. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is now incorporating my little rocks that I want to get down for the week. So what are the 3 big things I need to accomplish this week? I go through and I incorporate time throughout my calendar. And step number 4 is now incorporating me time. When am I going to work out? When am I going to spend time with my family? Do I need to cook? Are there things that I need to get done personally? Do I need to go to the doctor? That's what I incorporate number 4. And I do that for the entire week. And I guarantee you will find that you have so much time left over because you have created a system and you're managing your time like a pro. Now, I know what you're gonna say, Netta, there's too much going on, there's constant interruptions, and that's okay. That'll never go away. I also have disruptions, but when you don't have a system in place and a disruption comes, now we have complete chaos. But if you have a system in place and a disruption comes, then we only have just a little bit of chaos. We get off track maybe for a day or maybe for half a day, but our whole week doesn't become discombobulated because we have a system in place, we can get right back on track. But if we don't have a system in place and something disrupts us, it can take us off course for an entire week, sometimes an even entire month. So building a system is gonna help you stay routinely in the flow. You can manage your time like a pro. As a leader is minimize distractions. Minimize distractions. Yeah, that definitely means your phone. That means social media. That means things that are going to take you off course that are not related to your task at hand. Maybe that means shutting down your email for the next 2 hours so that you can get work done. Maybe that means turning your phone on silent so that when you're coaching your team, no one is going to disrupt you. Remember that in today's world, there is a lot of consumption. Our brain is constantly taking in information and energy. The more we can minimize that, the more we will have the time, the energy, and the capacity to lead ourselves and to lead our team. Again, my name is Netalina Nasruddin. I hope that helped. If you're anything like me and you love learning and you love grabbing onto tools and resources, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're bringing you tons of videos every single week. Sometimes it's by myself, sometimes it's with amazing CEOs and executives around the world. And our sole purpose is to help you and your team be your absolute best by talking about the skills and the tools that we often don't talk about. All the things that have to do with us as people, the soft skills that are actually pretty difficult. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe.